Alright, in today's video, I'm going to be painting this guy. This is a World War II German soldier, that is, like, jumping over something, and holding a rifle. So, he came in a set of 5, I believe? Yeah, a set of 5, which are all really cool. He's from Tamiya. He came with a vehicle. It is the German Hanomag SDKFZ 251-1 is the name of the vehicle. Quite the mouthful, actually. I have no idea what it means. I don't know what Hanomag means. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. But yeah, that's the set this guy came in. He is part of a, Tamiya does this thing where they will release a set of figures, okay, for, and like a box set, and then they will pick figures out of that set that they want to put into other sets. So they'll say, okay, well, this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, and this guy go really well with this vehicle that we want to make. So they'll just make a new sprue with all of those molds on it and the gear and the stuff needed to equip those guys. And they'll pack it in with the vehicle, and that's what they did here. So it's technically not new figures, but I believe if you want to be really technical with it, it's a new sprue. So you do what you want with that information. But that's not what this video is about. It's not the history or the technicality of this situation with this figure. It's more about the figure itself, and I'm going to be painting him today, of course. That's kind of what I do here, if you're not aware. Colors I will be using. I primed him in my favorite Krylon Camouflage Olive. This guy right here. It's this one. So, that's fun. For the skin tone, I will be using a mixture of basic skin tone from Vallejo and Kobold Skin from Army Painter. Kobold Skin will be the base. I'm going to go over it with Flesh Wash, and then I'm going to highlight it with this. So, that's what that is going to look like. And then, for the uniform, actually, the color that I use is so close to the color of this primer, I don't even really see the point in painting it, but I will, because I'm an overachiever, but only in this field. And for that, I will be using Tamiya Field Gray. It's what I use on all of my Germans. I want to upgrade that to Vallejo, but I haven't done that yet. For the boots, I'm just going to be using Coal Black, the boots and strapping. The gear is probably going to be done in various different colors, but for like the helmet and accenting on the black, I'm going to use German Gray from Tamiya. I have it in this smaller pot. Oops. It's a smaller pot, so, you know, the German Gray is on top and the Field Gray is on bottom, so you can see the size differences there. Not significantly smaller, but that one's almost empty. And then for the buttons and other little bits of detailing, I will be using the model color Vallejo Natural Steel. So I'm going to start with the skin. Same thing I did. I think I did another video not long ago where I painted a figure, so basically just going to be doing the same process, but it's going to be a little less interesting. I think last time I painted a figure on the channel was this guy. So yeah, a little bit less interesting this time around, but when he's done, because I don't know if I'm showing a final product in this video yet, I haven't painted it, of course, but when it's done, it will look something like this. I'm not actually going to stand him up, but it's going to look a little bit like this guy when he's done. but of course not in the same pose. So yeah, it's gonna look pretty good. I like how it looks. It's passable for me, so I'm kind of doing this for myself. But yeah, that's the mission for today. So I'll come back when the skin is done. All right, so the face and hands are done. I do like to leave. I don't really know how I'm gonna get this guy on here without the use of the helping hand, but I do like to leave a little bit of like muck on his face because if you think about it, these guys would have been not clean. So you can see on his hand, if it'll focus, his hand, I left a little bit of like the under color of the primer. Actually, I have to clean up his wrist a little bit. But I left a little bit of the color of the primer on his actual hand, not on the wrist, but on the actual hand itself. When I go over it with the wash, that'll turn this like dark brown or like blackish color, and it'll look really good. And it'll look like he's got dirt on his hands, and that's kind of what I'm going for. So, yeah. I'm going to do the straps, or no, I'm going to do the uniform now. And then I'll do the strapping, so I'll be back. So I've done the coats on the uniform. You're going to want to, when painting the uniform, because the Tamiya paint, well, actually, all of my Tamiya paints that I own, I think are really old, so they probably don't behave the way they're supposed to. So sometimes what happens to me is when I'm painting with this paint, it will start to lift and it'll go back onto the brush, and I don't really know why it does that. So it's kind of a waiting game with this paint. I wouldn't recommend it. I would recommend Vallejo instead. And I could just have a bad bottle. It could have been frozen between shipping, and so the pigment and the paint is all screwed up. But I would recommend Vallejo instead of Tamiya. I think their German gray looks just a little bit better. But Tamiya does other things really well. But yeah, so I would recommend Vallejo's German gray instead of Tamiya's. Field gray, or whatever it's called, German gray, field gray. I don't actually know, but it's like their German uniform color. So the next thing I'm going to do is going to be the boots and strapping on his uniform, and I will come back when that's done. Alright, so the strapping, belts, and boots are done. So you can see, I forgot to do the helmet strap. Alright, there we go. That's a little bit better. So now we've got the helmet strap, the strapping on the torso, back, all that. Again, sorry about the lighting for the 800th time. But yeah, so the boots are done. Everything looks good. Next, I'm gonna do wash and highlights. For highlighting, I use so many colors. Let's see here. White is usually, no, I'm gonna go with what I start with to what I end with. U.S. olive drab, I do very, very lightly on the pants and coat, just to kind of look like dirt. And then I do, what is the other one? I do green. I have this green from Vallejo. It's the U.S. dark green is this one. I hit a little bit of that on top of the olive drab, to kind of give it a nice little wash of color, so that way it's not really, really clash. Yeah, the way it doesn't clash a lot. It just is a nice little subtle touch. Especially, you can maybe see on this figure, I hit it with black in some areas, and that's on purpose. That's to make it look dirty. And then, the final color I hit is, well, actually, there's two more. I do this zinc chromate, I think is how you, I can't see the first word, but it's Model Master. It's this, just to give it that subtle little highlight, and then if that's not enough, I do white on top of it. So that's kind of my colors. I know it sounds weird, but it looks really good when everything's done. So I'll come back when that's good. Alright, so I have added the wash and highlights onto this figure. I know it's not visible on this camera very well. So I'm trying to use my LED to maybe show it a little bit better. The skin wash is still drying, so that's why it looks super glossy. Oops. You will be seeing this model soon. This is a RPM. I'll show it. So it's a model of this German vehicle. I don't have it on me right now, but it's basically like a half track without the wheels. So its purpose is to like tow and carry things. So it's not like a half track. It's just like this tracked vehicle. It's not a tank or anything. It's kind of like the bottom of a tank with the top of a half track, and then the rear compartment is just like holds a handful of guys, and then it has a hitch at the back to tow stuff. But instead of coming with, normal treads like a normal person, it comes with these, which are each individual tread that have to be glued together and then placed onto the vehicle. So you won't be seeing it for a while, but you will hopefully end up seeing it. So, yeah, that's gonna be a challenge, but I like a challenge. But anyway, I'm gonna wait for this to dry, and then I'm gonna do the gear. I might just put the helmet and weapon with this guy, and then end the video and show it in the future with all of the other stuff on him. But yeah, that'll be the end for this video once I do that. Alright, I've finished the uniform, helmet, boots, straps, all of the detailing on the figure itself is done. I'm going to release a second video, maybe, on this guy, with all the gear, or I might just feature him in another video because, I already did a video very similar to this. I don't really see the need to repeat myself. But yeah, that's about it for this video. Finished result, it looks pretty good. I really gotta fix my lighting situation. I don't have a very good way of showing it off right now. But yeah, so that's cool. I think my next video is very likely going to be on a Gundam figure that I have. I want to figure out a way to make the joints more secure. The figure I'm specifically talking about is this guy right here. This guy. Yes, his arm is fallen off. It's not broken at all. But some genius decided to make these joints rubber. So the arms get, like, pushed out anytime you move them. So I'm going to try and find a fix for that and then film it. So that'll hopefully be the next video. If I can't figure something out between now and when I want to upload next, it'll be something else. Don't know what, but something cool. Yeah, that's about it for this video. See ya.